how many hours do we get to talk about this? First of all, Chris and Gloria, what an honor, and Wendy will speak for herself, to join you. You have a great book, you've got great ideas, and it's just a thrill to be a part of your success. The issue of power is an interesting one around earned advantage that you talk so much about. It's not about a program of the month, and a lot of people have tried that. It's not about tracking data. And if I were talking to Robert, it's not about the latest program. It's not about the data. It's not even linking what we do with strategy. It's changing fundamentally your assumption. How do you think about your power? And I'll give three thoughts. Number one, leaders use their power to empower others. If you're not using, Robert, your power to make others better, you're not leading well. Number two, the challenge we face is to recognize that everybody has a gift to offer. Nobody gives the same gift. And so your job, Robert, as a leader, or anybody leader's job, is to recognize and accept whatever anyone offers. And number three, embed those assumptions. When those assumptions, Robert, get embedded throughout your organization, in the HR systems, in the mission, in the vision, in the metrics, suddenly it's not about you. It's about the value that you've created for others. So those are my 3 points on power that are not simplistic. Here it is. When someone leaves an interaction with you as a leader, do they leave feeling better or worse about themselves? That's it. So we can disagree. If I were going to a leader, I'd say it's okay to disagree. In fact, disagreement is a healthy thing. We need that diversity. We need that variety of thinking. But when we leave, are we feeling better about ourselves?
Great question, Chris. And I've so enjoyed those conversations. It's an interesting concept, and I hope people are familiar with Carol Dweck's work. If they're not, they should be, and I hope they will be. It's been widely impactful in so many settings. But the thing that I really personally appreciated when I first got exposed to her research was the idea that when we have a fixed mindset, we kind of go into a setting assuming, well, you know, I'm either smart or I'm dumb. I'm either good or I'm bad. I either know what I'm talking about or I don't. And if I don't, I better hide that. I better try to cover that. I better defend it. I better get sort of self-justifying about it. And if I do, I'd better let everybody know that I'm smarter than they are, and that I started out that way and will continue to be that way. Whereas in a growth mindset, this was her discovery with a bunch of little kids in school, and she's trying to figure out what makes somebody stick with something when they fail. You know, how do you keep kids engaged in learning and growth and stay resilient when they fail? And what she found was that the kids who really stuck with stuff, when things got hard, they leaned in instead of leaning back. They got more engaged instead of less. Was that they had a different approach. They felt like no matter how good you are at something, which this research points out, by the way, no matter how good you are at something or how bad you are at something, you can get a lot better at it, no matter how much advantage we have coming in with our biology, for example, or our history or our culture or whatever else is going on in our family. We still have to take responsibility for our own growth and development.